Sound check, 1, 2, 3. Sweet goodbye to his home sweet home. Last home game here at Oceanside Ice Arena in Tempe, Arizona. My name is Kyle Cronin, and I'm joined alongside Trey Matthews for the rivalry matchup between the Arizona State Sun Devils and the Grand Canyon University Antelopes. Trey, what are we looking forward here for tonight?
Well, it's the final tour of like we said, Oceanside Ice Arena. So I'm expecting for ASU to go out with a bang. Grand Canyon University has a record of 12-8-3. ASU has a record of 12-1. So it's been a bit of a struggle for ASU, but at the end of the day, I just want a competitive game. And ASU, they got to go out with a bang because, like we said, it's the final countdown for Oceanside Ice Arena. So in the words of Miley Cyrus, the wrecking ball will be out to play soon. I don't think she's actually said that. That was just the name of one of her songs.
It's all good and fun. Puck sits in the offensive zone for ASU. Keller sends it around the boards to Walcott. And Walcott misses it, loses control with Quain, and the puck will float up over center ice, and Keller will take its advantage in the defensive zone. Keller coming up, passing the red line, dishes it out for a line change, and here come the Antelopes with Myrtle. Myrtle is going to look to set it across to Hayden Manning. Manning batted it off with his pads, and puck will send it right back down to the defensive zone for GCU. Quickly regained back is Myrtle again. Myrtle takes into the offensive zone for GCU for another line change. He's being harassed by Haddock for ASU. Haddock sends it off the boards across the ice for another line change. Trying to get back to that front line. Puck will ricochet off. And back into the offensive zone for ASU. A shot won't go. Bounced off the pipes there in with the netminder of Zane Anderson for GCU. Wrapping around the boards. GCU will take it out of the defensive zone. They're quickly taken back by Barrett for ASU, and he dishes it out to O'Connor. And O'Connor took a shot there. Couldn't make anything special happen. Zane Anderson swallows that one up.
Shots on goal differential, 7-4 in favor of the Sun Devils of ASU. 12:07 remaining in the first period of play. Still nothing on the scoreboard, so both teams just looking for that first goal to crack the egg and find the scoring column.
Offensive zone face-off for ASU, and a shot. Blocked shot by Anthony Pitti. Couldn't get a good shot on net, and Pitti will keep the puck in the offensive zone on the right wing. GCU will wrap it around, try to clear the zone here, and GCU will clear it out with Dmitriev. Dmitriev in the right wing. The shot won't go. Swallowed up by Zane Anderson. Hayden Manning for the Sun Devils.
Manning with a great save right there. Wore that puck on the breadbasket into the trapper to halt action. Direct strike right at his chest.
Defensive zone face-off for the Sun Devils. ASU wins the draw. The likes of La Chapelle. La Chapelle dished it to Trujillo, and the shot by Dmitriev bounced off the pads of Manning, and the goal dislodged once again here at Oceanside. A common theme, the goal will love to slide out of place, which causes stoppages in play consistently here at Oceanside. One thing teams will most likely not miss after this last game.
Yeah, having spoken to Sam Murphy, who plays on the ACHA Women's D1 team here at ASU, she says that playing the corners or on the side of the boards is a lot difficult just because it's mostly water there. So the rink, it's seen better days, but at the end, like the entire narrative of this broadcast is, it's on its last legs, and teams are just now doing a farewell tour.
Still in the ASU defensive zone. GCU applying lots of pressure in the offensive zone for the Antelopes, and here comes Padgett for ASU in the defensive zone. And ASU wins the draw off the boards. GCU takes control of it, and then quickly loses it, and Sobrario takes it into center ice, and dishes it across to La Chapelle. La Chapelle being harassed by Chapman. of GCU. Here comes GCU with a change of possession in the offensive zone. Goodwin around the net, looking for something open. Tried to pass it to Chapman, couldn't get a clean pass, and here comes the Sun Devils with Jacob Padgett. Padgett couldn't get anything done, and here comes the GCU once again into the offensive zone. A crossing shot, cross pass, try to get it to Poole. Poole was just behind the puck. Would have been a nice shot against Hayden Manning.
Both teams have had pretty good looks, but unfortunately they haven't been able to capitalize on anything. So ASU on a 2-1 advantage, and then GCU had a wide open opportunity, but we still remain scoreless here at Oceanside Ice Arena.
Haddock in the offensive zone for the Sun Devils. A shot was blocked by GCU's Goodwin. The Sun Devils will have to regain it back and reorganize in the defensive zone, and here comes Keller into the offensive zone for the Devils. A crossing shot, bounces it off the boards, gives it to Quain. And Quain gets slammed up against the boards by Randall. Randall will take control back and send it back to GCU, and the ASU will regain possession of the defensive zone with Keller. Keller takes it into center ice. Here comes Keller all alone with a shot was blocked by Chapman. GCU doing a very well job in the offensive zone. GCU is ranked 10 over ASU number 13 in the ACHA West rankings.
9:35 remaining in the first period of action. And both teams are a little sluggish to begin this game because both, like I just said moments ago, both teams have had good opportunities to try and score, but unfortunately it results in nothing on the scoreboard. As we see GCU, trying to penetrate the offensive zone, but comes up empty as it goes back to ASU on the far side of the boards.
Here comes ASU setting it into the offensive zone. Adding great pressure, consistent possession changes in this game so far for both sides. O'Connor in the left wing dishes it to Billingsley, and Billingsley with a shot just across the net. Zan Anderson can get a hand on it, sends it across the boards, and ASU will still control it in the offensive zone with O'Connor in the left wing. Loses possession. Here comes GCU with Alexa Lassinger. Lassinger passing the blue line, lost control from Haddock, and Haddock and a shot will score!
Referee getting in the way of the celebration right there. I thought they were going to wave it off for goalie interference, but GCU is going to get on the board first. It's 1-0.
It's Hunter Lassinger for GCU. Picked up the rebound off of Hayden Manning's pads. He was at the right place at the right time. He was able to chip it right in there at the top right corner of the net. Shots on goal so far, ASU 7, GCU 8. Quick change of events. ASU couldn't cover, Manning couldn't cover up that puck, and Lassinger was all alone.
Yeah, it just looked like he bobbled the puck a little bit, was just looking for that opening, and unfortunately, GCU was just able to ricochet it on in and just go essentially top shelf on him.
ASU wins the draw and takes it into the offensive zone, but quickly will be retaken back by GCU. Barrett behind the net in the defensive zone for ASU, being harassed by Lassinger. And Pitty will take it for ASU at the right wing and sends it across to Billingsley. Billingsley couldn't hold on to it. Oh, and a huge, good hit by La Chapelle, sending Sashley to the bench. Almost bent him backwards. And here comes Huber in the left wing for ASU. Huber skating around, bumps into his buddy Anthony Pitty. Miscommunication there by the Antelopes, missed a pass, and ASU loses possession. And here comes GCU in the offensive zone. ASU regaining possession in the defensive zone. Barrett takes it around the net, waits for a quick change, reorganize, sends it to Pitty, and Pitty's at the blue line. Tries to send it to Walcott, and Fuenger gets in the way from GCU, and GCU regains possession of the puck and sends it to the offensive zone. Back to ASU, behind the net is Barrett. Barrett looking to reorganize, gives it to Snyder. Snyder tried to send it across to Quain, and Quain couldn't hold on to it. But here comes Walcott. Walcott sends it across the boards to Sweeney, and Sweeney sends it back down, looking for Gilbert, and Gilbert finds at the blue line, and the shot blocked off of Anderson's pads, and another shot. Crossing shot again by Walcott, and Zane Anderson swallows that one up nicely. Zane Anderson on the season so far with a save percentage of .907 and goals against average 2.29.
So ASU has their work cut out for them, so chances are they're not going to get too many good looks as the game progresses, so it's probably in their best interest to try to capitalize as early as you possibly can. Still plenty of hockey to be played because we still got 6:52 remaining in period number 1, and then 40 minutes of hockey to be played afterwards.
GCU takes control in the defensive zone and is going to take a breakaway into the offensive zone. And looks like we're going to get an offsides on Cordura. Would have been a nice breakaway, and now Cordura and Murph and Aguirre, little argument. And now we're going to get a neutral zone face-off. Billingsley for the Sun Devils, and Sun Devils win the draw. Andriott sends it across to O'Connor, and O'Connor lost possession of the puck. Here comes the GCU with Tucker. Tucker in the right wing, sends it to the boards, gives it to Murphy, and Murphy wrestling forward in the right wing, pinching it up against the boards. Just eating up time. 6:11 left to go in this game, or in this period. O'Connor sends it from the left wing across the boards, gets it to Keller. And Keller weaves it through to Andriott, and Andriott will send it into center ice, and Billingsley will harass Cordua for a moment, sends it back across to Sobrario. Sobrario with a small breakaway, but Cordua with great defense right there, clears the puck, and ASU takes possession again in the defensive zone. Here comes McDonald, coming in fast, lost possession. Low shot there by Padgett, and that shot by Padgett bounces off of Anderson's pads, and the puck sits in the offensive zone for ASU still. GCU passing it around. Hit by Haddock. We'll get the possession back to ASU. And Keller at the center line. Keller sends it across to Sobrario. Sobrario fighting with Randall at the blue line, and a quick line change by ASU as GCU takes possession, takes into the offensive zone. Lassinger in the left wing, looking for someone to pass to. Dishes it to Goodwin. Goodwin sends it across the boards to give it back to Kilgora. Kilgora off the boards back to Goodwin. Lassinger send it to Shalley, to Kilgore. Kilgore looked to wrap it around there, passing it across to Chapman. Chapman to Randall, and the shot was wide, just barely wide of the net. Misses it, and here comes ASU in the defensive zone, setting it down, clearing the zone. GCU sends it across, gives it to Dmitriev. Dmitriev all alone on the left wing. Dmitriev looked to try to pass it there to Kilgora. Kilgora wasn't ready for that one. A high shot by Dmitriev. That one almost looked like it was about to go in, and here come the Sun Devils for Billingsley. Billingsley being wrestled down by some antelopes, and took that breakaway right away from Billingsley, and here comes Barrett. Barrett with a low shot, and leaving Anderson reaching for that one. The puck was wide, never even got close to the net. ASU regains control in the offensive zone. Billingsley at the blue line loses possession, and here comes GCU on a breakaway by Dmitriev, and Dmitriev with a nice breakaway, but Manning got right in the way, closed that gap, and with a little defensive breakdown by the Sun Devils, allowing Dmitriev to get all the way down the ice.
Doesn't get any easier than that. He's definitely going to be kicking himself for that. Wide open opportunity, just him and the goalie Manning, but unfortunately comes up empty. And it's still 1-0 GCU, but it doesn't get any better than that.
GCU regains control in the offensive zone. ASU will send it across the boards with Quain, and Quain's going to take a breakaway all by himself into the offensive zone. Try to send it across. Try to send it across to Sweeney, and Sweeney couldn't dish it in between the pipes, and Sweeney has to dish it back out to Billingsley, and Billingsley to Trujillo, and a Trujillo with a low shot. Bounces off the pads. Anderson gives it back to Quain, and Quain gives it to Keller at the blue line, and Keller's shot was blocked by Goodwin. And Quain takes it back at the left wing, wrapping around the net, all alone, looking for somebody to give it to. Bounces off the boards back to Billingsley, and Billingsley being harassed by Kilgora. Kilgora sends it to Keller. Keller to Trujillo, and Trujillo, a low shot won't go. Another low shot opportunity sent Zane Anderson onto the ice, and a great save by Zane Anderson. He left the net open for just a moment. The ASU had with a great shot opportunity, but Zane Anderson was just outmatched them.
Yep, that's standing tall right there, and you just see Dylan Quain just put his stick on his head out of frustration. So he knows that ASU kind of dropped the puck in that case. No pun intended.
Good crowd here tonight at Oceanside Arena. It's senior night for the Sun Devils.
Yeah, I love to see this because Oceanside sometimes doesn't get packed in, but there's character. There's definitely something rustic about Oceanside Ice Arena, and I love it when the fans come out. I get it's senior night, and you get family, you get friends, you get relatives, former teammates, whatever the case might be. So just having this is definitely good for ASU.
Absolutely, and with the crowd that we have now, it sounds like it's 800 people, but it might only be barely 100. But with the barn size that Oceanside is, any crowd is loud at here.
You know, I'm a first-year grad student here at ASU, and I can't believe the NCAA men's team actually played here.
Yeah, they have great home rink advantage, I'll tell you that. Other programs did not like playing in here, but I'm sure the Sun Devils loved it. Billingsley takes the puck at the left wing, sends it to O'Connor, and O'Connor's being harassed. O'Connor's being harassed by Cordura. Cordura lost the puck and sent it to Billingsley. Billingsley to Keller at the blue line. Keller sends it across to Haddock. Haddock looking around, wrapping around the net. Sends it across to Keller at the blue line. Keller with a shot, won't go. Shot was just wide, and GCU can clear the zone. Quick line change by GCU, and the Sun Devils. Looks like, we're going to get an offsides, and Jack Haddock is not happy about that call. He sends the puck into the ceiling.
Yep, so right now ASU is just trying to capitalize on their man advantage, or easy come, easy go. We're going to get 4-on-4 hockey because Caffey only had 56 seconds remaining in his penalty, and now ASU goes to the sin bin. So for the next 56 seconds, we're going to get 4-on-4 hockey, and then GCU will be on the shortened power play if they're unable to capitalize on it. Just for a moment, they'll begin period number 2 on the man advantage.
Speaking of the power play, so far this season, GCU is 20 for 28 so far, 74% on the power play.
Yeah, but it's going to be a shortened power play, so for ASU, it's not going to. They have some time to work with.
ASU regains possession, brings into the offensive zone with Walcott. Walcott being harassed by Cordura, wrapping around the net. Walcott to Manning. Manning holds at the blue line. Sends it back to Walcott. If Walcott held on to that, that would have been a nice setup shot. Walcott sends it across the boards to try to get it to Barrett, and Barrett couldn't hold on to it. And here come GCU with Lassinger, and Lassinger with a nice chip shot, but Connor was able to get his stick on it, and the puck will float down into the neutral zone. And GCU will regain possession with Tucker. Tucker on the right wing, being under pursuit by Barrett. And a high shot by Lassinger. Lassinger looking for a second goal of the night, and Connor Manning takes the puck back for the Sun Devils, and they at center ice and sends it across the boards to just change the line. 54 seconds left to go in the power play and 4 seconds left to go in the period. And that'll do it for the first period of play. GCU leading the Sun Devils 1-0 with a shots on goal differential of 12-10 GCU, or excuse me, ASU with 12 and GCU 10. What do we hope to see going into the next period, Train, especially after roughly a slow start for the Sun Devils?
Well, I expect for them to begin period number 2 just trying to kill off these extra 47 seconds on their penalty kill. So that's priority number 1. But priority number 2 is that you're getting decent looks on Anderson, and you got to try to capitalize on them because you just said his numbers are pretty respectable. And if you're ASU, once a goalie gets into a game, it's really hard to get them out of their mojo.
Absolutely. We will be right back for the second period of play here at Oceanside Arena. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to Oceanside Ice Arena. Trey Matthews going to do the play-by-play duties for period number 2. Joined alongside Kyle Krikorian, who did a good job in period number 1, and he'll return in period number 3. GCU on top of their crosstown rival, Arizona State, by a score of 1-0. ASU will begin this period on the penalty kill. Still serving time in the penalty box for the next 47 seconds is Haddock. So GCU is going to do whatever it takes to try to extend their lead to 2-0, and ASU going to do whatever it takes to try to get back to 5-on-5. So if I'm ASU, I'm going to try to win the draw and then fling it down to the other side of the ring to kill some time. Anderson is now in the south part of the rink. Manning is now on the north side. ASU wins the draw. They have control of it in their offensive end. Banks it off the boards, goes over to the near side. Picked up by GCU. GCU cross-passing it over to the far side part of the boards. Looking to quarterback the offense, taking it past the blue line. Now past the right side half wall, dropping on back. GCU looks to reset. Passing it over to the near side for Tucker. Over to the far side corner. Puck is jammed along the boards. GCU still has control of it. 15 seconds remaining on their man advantage, taking their time. Far side faceoff circle, ASU able to get a twig on it. Banks it off the boards, and the puck rolls down to the other side of the rink for Anderson, the netminder for GCU. And ASU is going to tightrope out of the situation as Haddock is going to check back into the game. We are back to 5-on-5 hockey. ASU is back at full strength. Skating with speed is Tucker for GCU. Takes it below the goal line. GCU looking to reset. Back up top for Chapman. Chapman lets a shot go. Goes a little too far wide. Now over to the far side corner in the north end of the rink. Goes back to ASU. Referee's hand goes up into the air. And it looks like we're going to possibly get a penalty assessed. Yep, taking the slow walk of shame is Walcott for ASU. So he is going to sit for the next 2 minutes. And it's going to be a boarding. So easy come, easy go. Kyle, ASU heads back into the penalty kill.
That's right, and GCU is kind of spotty on their power play recently. Last week against UCLA, they had 5 power play opportunities and only could execute on 1. And that sort of game where they fell short with 1 goal, of 1 goal. You got to take advantage of those power play opportunities, especially when you have 5 of them in a game.
Back up top for Caffey. Caffey took it over to the left side half wall. Squirts back into neutral zone. Everyone from GCU has to come back and reset. Stretching it up ahead. Trying to penetrate the offensive end. Getting a stick on it was ASU as they knock it back into neutral zone to kill some more time. Passing it over to the near side for Feiwiger. Trying to drop it on back. Outreaches the stick of Caffey. Caffey collects it from Anderson. Takes it below the cage. Puts on the brakes. Looking to take his time. Less than 90 seconds remaining in Walcott's penalty for boarding. Now passing over to the far side part of the boards. Here comes GCU. Far side faceoff circle. Lets a shot go. And it just swivels over to the near side half wall. Wide open opportunity. This could be trouble. Trying to take it into the slot. ASU able to regain control of their bearings. Passing it back up top for Tarara. Looking for an opening. Going on to his back is Manning. Looks like he lost sight of the puck, but it's not going to come back to bite him. Trying to center off. Excellent defense by ASU. Now taking over to the near side is Hubbard. Hubbard stretching it. Nobody was home for ASU. 40 seconds remaining in Walcott's penalty. Now into neutral zone. Trying to quarterback the offense is Cordora. Cordora takes it below the goal line. Spinning it around. Back into the possession of Tucker. And rifles it down to the other side of the rink. That's going to kill some more time. Less than 30 seconds remaining in Walcott's penalty. Taking it below the goal line is Tarara. There on the forecheck for ASU is Padgett. Padgett able to swipe it away. Tarara hounding him. Goes below the goal line. Now over to the far side half wall. Now into neutral zone. 5 seconds remaining in Walcott's penalty. Last chance for GCU, and they're not going to get it. Puck rolls back into neutral zone, back to center ice. And Walcott checks back into the game. We are back to 5-on-5 hockey. Puck slides down to the offensive end for GCU. Taking it over to the near side is Schatchel. Now back up top on the right point. Goes over to the near side faceoff circle. Now below the goal line. Picked up by Kligora. ASU trying to do something with it. Take it down to the other side of the rink is McDonald. McDonald with the shot attempt. Excellent defense by GCU. Kozlowski just dove onto the ground and was able to redirect the puck, hit the safety netting once again, so that's going to halt action with 16:23 remaining in the middle period of play. GCU still on top of ASU by a score of 1-0.
That's right. GCU's been doing a very good job in keeping ASU out of the offensive zone, and they've really been able to clear the zone really successfully for GCU, and GCU's not giving ASU any opportunity to get a shot on net so far.
Goes below the goal line, now over to the far side, in front of the spectators, back into neutral zone, takes it up to the red line, but no further were the Lopes. Fiddling with it in neutral zone. Collecting it is Poole. Poole with a dot-to-dot pass in his defensive end. Clanks it off the boards. Reaches the stick of Haddock. Rims it around over to the near side. ASU looking to reset. Now into neutral zone. Hustling with speed is Adriat. Able to bobble it up ahead to Billingsley. Billingsley takes it below the goal line over to the near side part of the boards. Trying to help him out is O'Connor, his teammate. Below the goal line, now over to the far side part of the boards. Here comes GCU. GCU takes it past the red line, now past the blue line, dropping it on back. Far side faceoff circle. Looking for some sort of opening was Kozlowski. Goes back into neutral zone. Now back into the offensive end for ASU. Walcott searching for the puck. He's able to collect it. Trying to center off. Nobody was home. Still going to remain in the possession of ASU. O'Connor looking to do something with it. Drops it on back. And he broke his ankles right there. What a play by Haddock. Looked simple. Looking for the wraparound shot on the doorstep. And ASU unable to find the back of the net once again. Goes back to the Lopes. The Lopes taking past the red line, now past the blue line. Able to pop it free was Manning. Manning able to scoot the puck back into neutral zone. Goes back to GCU. GCU taking their time, passing over to the far side part of the boards. ASU trying to get a twig on it. Here comes Quain on the forecheck. He takes it below the goal line, far side corner. Now over to the left side half wall, looking to reset. Able to hit it weakly over to his defenseman, Keller. Keller slides the puck on down. Now back over to Walcott. Walcott looking for an opening with Quain. Quain taps off his stick, and the puck squirts back into neutral zone.
Would have been a nice opportunity there for Quain to get it in the back of the net and just shot it out the wrong side of the net. Zane Anderson was right there waiting for it.
Hustling for the puck is Manning for ASU. Manning flips the puck back into the offensive end for ASU. Nobody was there to greet it. Goes back to GCU. ASU able to poke the puck free. Now take it below the goal line. ASU looking to reset. Walcott back up top for Keller. Keller with the shot, trying to redirect it on in with Quain, and Quain was unable to find the puck. Getting there first was Anderson. Can't go 5-hole on him. He held on to it. So 13:55 remaining in the middle period of play. ASU still trailing the Antelopes of GCU by a score of 1-0.
Minimal shots on goal for ASU so far. They've only, well, the other way around. GCU has minimal shots on goal so far, especially in this period, but they've done a very good job on keeping ASU out of the offensive zone. ASU hasn't been able to get very many great opportunities besides that one shot with Quain a minute ago. GCU's been doing a very well job on clearing the zone every opportunity they can.
Here come the Antelopes. Gliding the puck back into neutral zone. Looking to reset their offense. Collecting it is Caffey. Caffey spins it around. Trying to get a stick on it is Pitty. Pitty takes it below the goal line. Now over to the near side corner in the defensive end for ASU. Playing in front of their netminder, Hayden Manning. Far side faceoff circle, goes below the goal line. Looking for an opening. Players get tangled up. Puck is loose. Picked up on the left side half wall by ASU. Trying to take it down to the other side of the rink was Huber. Goes back to ASU below the goal line. Still in their defensive end. Looking to clear it and go back on the attack. Keller trying to get control of his bearings. Hounding him is GCU. Excellent defense by Klagora. Rifles it on in, finds the trapper. Anderson held on to it, snatched it out of thin air. 12:46 remaining in period number 2. That halts action.
ASU is going to have to get some very much higher quality shots going into the rest of the period. I mean, you can't get shots out like that that are just going to go 5 feet away from the net. That's going to allow Zane Anderson to just scoop it up like it's a baseball.
Face off on the left wing side. Billingsley unable to win the draw, goes back to the Lopes. Hands it off ahead. Taking it past the blue line is GCU, looking for an opening, trying to center her off. Goes below the goal line and held on to by ASU. Hayden Manning searching for the puck for dear life. Faceoff going to come on the far side faceoff circle. On the right wing side, Billingsley was unable to win the draw. Once again, goes below the goal line, spins it around. GCU looking to put the brakes on. ASU looking to clear their defensive end. They're able to do so. Barrett takes a pass the blue line, lets one rip, goes off the leg pads of the netminder for GCU, Anderson. Now over to the near side for GCU once again. Taking it past the red line, now past the blue line is Schachel. Takes it below the goal line, over to the far side corner, now back up top for Tarara. Glides it on down, left wing side. ASU trying to get a twig on it. Still in the offensive end for GCU. Puck squirts back into neutral zone momentarily. Now back over to ASU as they look to clear it and go back on the attack. Tapping off the boards for Saberio. Saberio unable to do anything with the puck. Took it up to the blue line, but no further. Now GCU looking to reset. Clanks it off the boards over to the far side in front of the spectators. ASU elects to dump it on in. Flying in, trying to forecheck is Paget. Now over to the far side corner. Far side faceoff circle. Paget trying to drop it on back into the possession of Saberio, but unfortunately Saberio was unable to find the puck. Flips it back into neutral zone with the saucer pass. ASU is able to swipe it from GCU. Take it over to the far side part of the boards, far side face-off circle. Almost halfway done with period number 2, 10:50 remaining in the middle period frame. Far side corner, ASU looking to reset. Over to the left point side, clanks it off the boards. Searching for it is Sweeney. Sweeney below the goal line, trying to center off. Wide open opportunity, and ASU is unable to find the back of the net. Walcott had the net wide open for him, but was unable to find anything. Backhander attempt from GCU. And excellent defense by Manning as he stood tall in between the pipes. Flips it back into neutral zone. ASU looking for an opening, and GCU holds on to it. That's Anderson.
And that last offensive opportunity from Walcott right in front of the net, it seemed like his feet were stuck in concrete. He couldn't spin around really quick and get the puck in the back of the net because Anderson was basically spread out like a starfish on the ice, wasn't even ready for it. Would have been a nice goal and would have tied up the game at 10:16 left to go in the period.
The shots on goal differential is 20-13 in favor of the Sun Devils in maroon. But unfortunately, they have nothing to show for it on the scoreboard. Faceoff coming on the right wing side in the attacking end for ASU. Tied up, goes below the goal line. Now over to the far side corner. Picking up is Chapman. Chapman hits the puck into the boards. Now back into neutral zone. Snyder takes it past the blue line, lets one rip, rims it around. Back into the stick possession for ASU. Squirts back into neutral zone. ASU hustling for it, unable to win the foot race. And it looks like a hand pass is called, so we're going to reset with a face-off. We head back into the offensive end for the Sun Devils of ASU.
Expect GCU to quickly clear out the puck. They've been doing a very good job at it so far. They're offensively, they haven't been doing so far so good with considering the numbers of only 13 shots on net, but I think they're looking at quality over quantity here in this game.
LaChapelle did the face-off draw for ASU, goes below the goal line. Picked up by O'Connor. O'Connor, left side half wall. Goes back up top for GCU. ASU able to take control of it at center ice. They elect to dump it on in and go for a quick change. Goes below the goal line. ASU comes swarming on in on the forecheck. That's O'Connor. Now over to the left side part of the boards. Lets one rip. Goes off the breadbasket onto the rink and held on to by Anderson.
Little scuffle there in between O'Connor and Chapman, you can start to see this little rivalry start to build up slowly throughout the game, and especially ASU's getting angry. They haven't put up a point yet this game, so they're going to start playing a lot more chippier as the game goes on.
You know, there's this old saying, Kyle, don't get mad, get even. So ASU is down 1-0, tie the game.
Absolutely. You might as well show it on the scoreboard, not into your opponent's face.
No, that's going to result in penalties, and you're going to do yourself no favor if you're sitting for 2 minutes. Now over to the near side for GCU, passing over to the far side part of the boards. Took it just past the red line, but no further. Rifled it on in. Picked up by LaChapelle. And it looks like it hit the safety netting here at Oceanside Ice Arena, so we're going to reset with a face-off. .9:05 remaining in the middle period of play. Sun Devils trailing the Antelopes by a score of 1-0. Face-off coming on the left wing side, on the stick side of Manning. Face-off is drawn, goes below the goal line. Rims it around for ASU. ASU took it to the far side corner, now rifles it back into neutral zone. GCU taps it off the glass. ASU able to get a stick on it, jams it back below the goal line into the defensive end for GCU. GCU on the near side corners, trying to get out of their defensive end, taps it off the board, squirts back into neutral zone momentarily. ASU rifles it on in, goes below the goal line, below the cage of Anderson. Now over to the near side. Kozleski trying to find an opening. Goes to the far side corner. ASU able to jam the puck on free. Goes back into neutral zone. Here come the Antelopes, taking it past the blue line. Searching for it is Cordura. Cordura spins it around the boards, over to the near side, picked up by Shachel. And referees are going to blow their whistle as ASU is going to go back on the penalty kill as Anderson was off the rink as GCU had the extra attacker. So heading back to the sin bin, I believe for the third time. Heading back to the sin bin for the third time this evening, are the Sun Devils of Arizona State, and it's going to be a cross-checking call. This time it is assessed once again to the Sun Devils. It's Patrick Sweeney, and he will be out of commission for the next 2 minutes. So once again, ASU is going to go on the penalty kill. Not what the doctor ordered. A little more than halfway done with period number 2. 8:10 remaining in the middle period frame. Goes below the goal line. GCU has the extra attacker. Over to the near side part of the boards. Back up top for Caffey. Caffey looking to reset, trying to redirect it on in. Goes over to the right side half wall. Putting on the brakes, looking to collapse the defense. Back up top to the right point with the one-timer shot. Waffle boarded away by Manning. Goes below the goal line. And referees are going to blow their whistles. 7:48 remaining in period number 2. Sun Devils looking for an answer against GCU. Faceoff is drawn on the right wing side, back up top for Chapman. Chapman taps it off the boards, goes below the goal line. Back up top, right wing side for Chapman. Slides it on down, looking for an opening. ASU was able to find the puck first, deep in the slot, and they blast it down to the other side of the ring to kill some time. 1:15 remaining in Sweeney's penalty. Below the goal line is GCU of their Cage Anderson. Coming on in is Walcott on the forecheck. Tucker takes over to the near side. Quain loses his stick. A little bit of a yard sale happening here at Oceanside Ice Arena. Flings it down to the other side of the ring to kill some more time. 55 seconds remaining in Sweeney's penalty. Goes below the goal line. Picked up by Klagora. Klagora puts on the brakes. Takes it over to the left wing side in his defensive end. GCU glides it up ahead. Took it up to the blue line, but no further. What a hit right there from ASU. Taking no prisoners. That's one way to light the candle. Looked like that was McDonald on that. And right now we have a GCU player down onto the ground. Cordura just met ASU right there on the attack, and it looks like he got the wind knocked out of him.
That was like an earthquake. That huge layout, laying the wood, if you will.
Yeah, Cordora is still on the ground. They might have to call the trainer. Yeah, they've already called the trainer. She's checking up on him. Yeah, he's down on the ground. Looks like he got the wind knocked out of him. So we have 6:47 remaining in period number 2. Sweeney still has 33 seconds remaining in his penalty. ASU is liking it, doing some chirping. Now, I couldn't see who had that hit for ASU because there's 2 14s on their roster. I had to guess. I think that is McDonald who laid out that hit. Or it could also be Gunderson, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah, you can hear the bench at ASU. They're really excited after that slammer. I think it was Sweeney on that hit.
No, Sweeney's in the penalty box.
Sweeney's in the box? I barely saw that one. Maybe it was Haddock.
Yeah, it was Haddock. I just got confirmation that it was 24, so Haddock was the one who had that hit on Cordora, and right now he's being helped off the rink. Looks like he's not really putting any pressure on his right leg as he's being helped off the rink. So we hope for the best, and we'll get an update as soon as we can. But based on my vantage point, Haddock just met him as soon as Cordora was just trying to penetrate deep into his offensive end and just got the wind knocked underneath him. So 33 seconds remaining in Sweeney's penalty, once again for cross-checking, and we're going to get a face-off on the left wing side on the stick side of Anderson. Face-off is drawn. Goes below the goal line. Now over to the near side for the Antelopes. Taps off the stick. Quain able to slide it back deep into the defensive end for the Antelopes. Goes below the goal line. 15 seconds remaining in Sweeney's penalty. Quain comes hustling in on the forecheck. Now taking it past the red line, now past the blue line. Looks like ASU is looking for another hit. Haddock, taking no prisoners. 1 second remaining in Sweeney's penalty. We are back to 5-on-5 hockey. Shot attempt from GCU goes high of the crossbar and into the safety netting. That halts action with 6:12 remaining in the middle period of action.
Right on, and after that huge hit, ASU still scoreless, even though they're up in the shots on goal count with 22 and GCU 16. Got to even out the score, especially going into the third period. ASU's been playing really slow recently, and their focus isn't on putting the puck in the back of the net, but more or less just like hurting the GCU players.
Well, whatever gives you energy, as I say. So, you know, hockey is just a game of who has the more momentum going forward. So for ASU, you just got to try to find any sort of way to get your bench going, get your team going, because any little thing will help. Nudges it over to O'Connor. O'Connor takes over to the near side. Whips it down to the other side onto the left side half wall. ASU is not afraid to just lay out the hits, as we saw Huber right there just knock down a GCU player once again.
They're not afraid to be aggressive and get their bench going and make GCU a little timid on the ice. Make them worried about getting hit rather than worried about putting a shot off.
So we have 5:10 remaining. Goes below the goal line. Back up top for the Sun Devils. Lets the shot rip. Died out in front. As that came off the stick of Gilbert. Snyder tries it again. Blasted off the glass. Goes off the leg pads. Trying to come in on the rebound as O'Connor comes up empty. Trying to backhand it on in. Absolute bedlam on the crease. And Gilbert's taking no prisoners, as looks like he's going at it with 3 GCU players. The gloves have come off a little bit. Referee's trying to intertwine. And we're going to see some more penalties. Looks like he got into it with Randall a little bit. Gilbert, at first he got into it with 1 GCU player. Then that turned into 2, and that turned into 3-on-1. So he heads to the sin bin. He's going to sit. Clogora not letting him hear the end of it.
Kilgore did not like Gilbert poking at Anderson there and went to defend his goaltender, and then it turned into a little hodgepodge in the front of the net.
So we're going to see the official assessment. I would presume penalty majors, as both of them might sit for an extended period of time since they were fighting.
Billingsley's talking to the refs, the captain of the team, discussing what's going to happen moving forward.
So Gilbert, on the scoreboard, it says 2 minutes. So Kilgore's getting his penalty assessed. So he's in the sin bin for roughing. So looks like McDonald is going to serve the penalty minor for Gilbert. So Gilbert might be in the penalty box for an extended period of time, but for the next 2 minutes, we're going to see McDonald sit for him. Because once again, Gilbert was kind of the aggressor and the initiator, excuse me. Puck whips back into neutral zone, back into the possession of ASU. Sweeney takes it below the goal line. Now over to the near side. Here come the Lopes. Tucker able to nudge it over to his right, dropping it on back. In the attacking end for the Antelopes, takes it below the goal line. Looking for an opening. Sweeney banks it off the boards, rolls back into the defensive end to kill some time. 90 seconds remaining in Gilbert's minor. Back up top for Sweeney. He lets one rip, finds the trapper of Anderson, stops action with 4:13 remaining in the second period of play.
Going back to that little scuffle we just saw, I'm kind of surprised that they didn't give Kilgore a little bit of longer of a penalty. He did take off his gloves and was ready to throw some haymakers on at Gilbert and McDonald, but still even hockey 4-on-4. ASU leading the shots on goal with 28-16. Still have a big goose egg on the scoreboard.
Tarara comes into the game now as we were about to get 4-on-4, and I'm sure ASU wouldn't have minded. Face-off is drawn, goes below the goal line over to the far side corner. Able to knock it weakly to his right, now over to the near side. Far side face-off circle, backhander attempt. Goes off the chest protector and into the glove of Manning. That stops action with 3:59 remaining in period number 2. Gilbert has 1:13 remaining in his penalty. So once again, Kilgore and Gilbert are serving some penalty majors, and McDonald is serving the minute 10 for Gilbert. Near side face-off circle, lets a shot go. Held on to by Manning. Coming off the draw, GCU was trying to score quickly.
The freshman netminder for ASU, Hayden Manning's doing a fairly well job tonight, in which is only one of his few starts this season.
Face-off is drawn, goes below the goal line. Rims it around, squirts back into neutral zone. Now back into the defensive end for GCU. Now over to the far side part of the boards. Quain with excellent defense. Goes back to ASU, now over to the near side. Here comes Snyder. Snyder takes a past the blue line. Quain trailing. And it hits the safety netting. 3:28 remaining in the middle period of play. 43 seconds remaining in Gilbert's minor.
Both these teams on the special teams side of the puck haven't been able to execute very well so far, except for the penalty kill, that is.
Caffey and Snyder exchanging some words. Not happy with each other on that last possession. Face off on the right wing side. Goes below the goal line for the Antelopes. And referees weren't quick to blow their whistles. Looks like we're going to get another minor assessed to GCU. Or was the netting messed up? The net, oh, my bad, the netting was messed up.
What else is new, Trey? The netting was messed up.
I'll tell you what's new. The sky is blue. Arizona doesn't get snow unless it's in the mountain areas.
I have 10 fingers.
And you have 10 fingers. Left side half wall. 10 fingers, 10 toes, I presume. Goes below the goal line. Over to the right wing side. Now back below the cage of Anderson. ASU trying to take the puck free, but able to just slide it weakly up ahead to Tucker. Now over to the right point. Slides it on down. Goes back to the stick of ASU. They blast it down to the other side of the ring to kill off the final few seconds. Anderson elects to hold on to it. Looked like Barrett was charging on in. Stops action with 2:51 remaining in the middle period of play.
Continuous stoppages of play throughout the back half of this period, slowing down the momentum for both sides. And I'm sure going into the intermission, these teams are going to be heated up, especially ASU, since they still have a goose egg on the scoreboard. Haven't put anything up yet, and they're playing it as if they're up by 10.
Faceoff is drawn on the left wing side. McDonald checks back into the game, so we are back to 5-on-5 hockey. But remember, Clagoria and also Gilbert are serving an extra few minutes for fighting. So Clagoria is going to get ready to check back in momentarily. Now it goes over to the near side. Bounces over to the far side. Back into the attacking end for the Antelopes. Goes below the goal line. Rims it around over to the near side. ASU trying to tap it on free. Taking it below his netminder is ASU. Looks like that's Barrett. Now over to the near side. Picked up by Andriot. And Clagoria checks back into the game for GCU. Still sitting is Gilbert. So we're going to get a face-off in the attacking end for the Antelopes in the north side of the rink. No goals in period number 2. ASU still within striking distance. They are outbeating, if that's even a word, GCU 28-18 in the shots on goal category.
I'm sure the audience gets the idea.
Far side part of the board, squirts back into neutral zone. Now here comes ASU, far side face-off circle, looking for some sort of opening. LaChapelle was unable to finish. That came close, but no cigar. Back up top for Keller. LaChapelle going to try this again with the shot attempt held on to by Anderson. 1:37 remaining in period number 2.
LaChapelle launched right into Anderson, trying to get the puck, wrapping it around him, and dislodged the net once again. And I'm surprised GCU didn't go and retaliate onto LaChapelle after that little hit on the goalie. ASU 30-18 shots on goal and not one in the back of the net.
Faceoff is drawn. Quain with the shot, bobbled out in front. Antelope's able to pick it up. They spin it around over to the far side part of the boards. Here comes Quain once again. Able to bounce it back over to Sweeney. Sweeney below the goal line, back up top over to the left point. Taking his time, goes below the goal line. GCU able to pop the puck free. 1:10 remaining in period number 2. Goes back into neutral zone. Now here come the Antelopes. Charging on in. Looking for an opening, gets shut down. Far side faceoff circle. We got 1 minute remaining in period number 2. Quain searching for it. Goes back into the possession of Tucker. Below the goal line, looking for an opening. ASU able to win that foot race, as Haddock was able to bounce the puck free. Now over to the near side for Keller. Below the goal line. Back over to the near side. Puck is loose. Who's going to win the foot race is going to go back to the Antelopes momentarily. Myrtle couldn't do anything with it. Goes over to Sweeney. Sweeney with a shot attempt. Scooped up by Anderson. 21 6/10 of a second remaining. ASU trailing 1-0 against GCU. Faceoff coming on the near side. It is drawn. Trying to tap it on free. Goes back to ASU, trying to slide it on down. GCU was able to get a stick on it. Squirts back into neutral zone. Bounces back into the possession of ASU. O'Connor was able to tap it deep into the offensive end, picked up on the left side, half ball, trying to redirect on in, and ASU will score with 3.4 seconds remaining in period number 2. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, and sometimes it's good to be lucky. ASU finally gets into the scoring column. Billingsley will be credited with that goal on the redirect. What a play right there from the Sun Devils in maroon, Kyle.
What a great play indeed, and very late in the period as well, and Zane Anderson just lost control of it. It bounced off his pads. I'm sure he thought it was going to get out to the open ice, but he lost control of it, went to the back of the net. Now we got a tied hockey game with a rivalry burning up here at Oceanside Arena.
And that's going to do it. Triple zeros have hit the board. ASU finally able to tie their crosstown rivals, the Antelopes of GCU. It's one apiece heading into the final period of regulation. So, Kyle, ASU able to score with 3.4 of a second remaining. And we've obviously seen the fights. We've seen the big hits from Haddock. So is this the momentum that ASU needs going into the final period of regulation?
Absolutely. Now they're on their high horse. They're excited, and now it's an even game now. They're not winning, but I'm sure they feel like they're winning, especially when they're outshooting the Antelopes 33-18, and they're being more aggressive than the Antelopes. They're throwing them into the glass, they're throwing them into the boards, and they're not afraid to lay into them and give them hits, even if it's the goaltender. They're ready to light up the fire.
I can see the look in Anderson's face. He's a little frustrated with himself, and I'm sure he's going to try to redeem himself come the final period of regulation. So we're going to step aside here on the telecast for ACHA Hockey. Trey Matthews joined alongside Kyle Krikorian. We'll do one more line change up here in the booth. Kyle will retake his position as play-by-play announcer, and we will see you at the beginning up here at number 3. Don't go anywhere. ASU and GCU tied 1 apiece.
grand finale of Oceanside Arena, the final period of play for the Arizona State Sun Devils ACHA D2 men's team. This will be the final period of play ever at Oceanside Arena. How do you feel about that, Trey?
Hey, who's cutting onions up here?
I know. It's a really sad sight. It's sad to see this place go, but hopefully the Sun Devils can close it out in a good fashion way and leave this place with a win before it's torn down in March, I believe. And you know, they're tied 1-1, and the feud is starting to burn up. The fire is starting to be fueled, and the ice is probably already melting when these guys take the ice.
Well, it was already melting years ago based on reports I've heard. Like we said back in period number 1, it's just like the corners and the side of the board. Sometimes it was just like mush, so sometimes it was hard to play the puck in that sort of way. So, yeah, I mean, Oceanside Ice Arena, once again, like I said at the beginning of the broadcast, it's seen better days, but then again, it's on its last leg. So it's sad to see this place go. Nostalgia is definitely there. I've only gotten to know it for a few months, not even a full year, and it's already going to be torn down. So we're about to say farewell to probably the coldest rink in America, or one of.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm really feeling it up here. I'm shivering in my boots over here. And, you know, looking at last period, these two teams, the rivalry is definitely being shown here on the ice. And do you think they went to the intermission and were calmed down, like, okay, let's cool our jets here, let's go out on the ice and play some old-fashioned hockey, or are they fired up still? Are they ready to go and get after it and throw these guys into some boards?
I'm sorry, did you say cool down, sport of hockey?
Oh, wow.
Not going to happen.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, I'm sure tensions have toned down just a little bit. I'm sure when you start a period, it's fresh and just trying to, at the end of the day, there's something bigger at stake, which is you're trying to win a game. So it doesn't matter with rivalries and things of that nature.
Absolutely. Here we go, the third period of play. You hear the sticks rattling. Here we go. The Sun Devils winning the draw with Billingsley, and Billingsley sends it to the net, and a stoppage of play in the first 6 seconds of the game. We saw a lot of stoppages of play in the last 5 minutes of the last period, especially that back half. Lots of scuffles, lots of fights. I think these Sun Devils are now going to reorganize and focus on finding the puck in the back of the net again to leave this arena one last time with a win. GCU wins the draw on the right wing, and O'Connor tried to send it across to Barrett, and Barrett couldn't hold on to it, and here comes GCU at center ice. Billingsley takes it back at the left wing for the ASU. Billingsley sends it across, looking for Keller. Keller at the blue line. Keller sends it back to Haddock, and Haddock couldn't get a hold of it and takes it back into the defensive zone for ASU. Sends it off the boards, and back to GCU at center ice on a huge hit by Patrick Sweeney on Quignano. Huge hit, and we're gonna see more hits throughout this game. And shot bounced off the boards of Hayden Manning, and up in front of the crease. GCU had a great opportunity to find that puck in the back of the net. Couldn't get it done, and GCU takes possession back at center ice, and O'Connor dishes it back to Haddock at the right wing of the ASU defensive zone, and just sends the puck all the way across ice back into the GCU defensive zone. Walcott behind the net, lost possession, gives it to Quain. Quain still holds onto it, wrapping it around the net. Back to Walcott in the left wing in the offensive zone. Walcott wrapping around to the blue line, sends it to Manning. Manning chops it up, try to get to Quain, and it goes over Quain's head into the right wing. Quain pinching it up against the boards, dishes it to Connor. Connor around the net, being harassed by Antelopes. The puck will be passed off across the net, and puck sits in the right wing still. ASU holding on to possession. Barrett with a weak shot, tried to get it off and lost control of it, and here come the Antelopes. They clear the zone successfully for a quick line change, regroup, reorganize. The Sun Devils will do the same, and the Antelopes will regain possession. And another hit by Barrett in order to take possession back, but GCU really quickly regains it back with Lassinger. Lassinger passed it off to Kozleski, and Kozleski with a nice shot bounced off the padding of Hayden Manning. And another hit by Marshall McDonald. A huge hit.
Man, you see ASU getting hyped, and you see Anderson trying to tend to his injured player. Looks like that's Chapman down to the ground. Once again, looks like he lost the wind, or got the wind knocked out of him. He's holding the side of his face as, yeah, he's bending over, and looks like he's heading back over into the bench. Anderson, the netminder, leaving his post to check up on him, and a few other GCU players as well. But well, like we said at the beginning of period number 3, Kyle, ASU's not going to hold back any punches.
Yeah, Marshall McDonald looked a little confused after that hit. He was like, he looked at the ref like, what do you mean? I'm back into the box? So now the Sun Devils are going to be back on the kill. They've been successful so far throughout this game, and GCU's lacking in the power play opportunity. They had 5 opportunities last week against UCLA and missed on all 5. Lassinger in the right wing for GCU, being harassed by Trujillo, sends it down to Thorne. Thorne sends it across to Tarara, and Tarara lost possession, and a breakaway with Walcott in front of the net, and a shot will be swallowed up by Anderson. Anderson swallowed up the shot. Walcott couldn't pick up the rebound. A great breakaway, a great short-handed breakaway opportunity for Walcott. And Zane Anderson covers that puck up nicely. He has a 3-1 record so far this season going into this game. Only 10 goals against him, not including the one tonight.
Yeah, if you were Walcott in that situation, you might want to be a little careful about trying to challenge Anderson, the netminder, because you were all alone surrounded by a lot of antelopes. So be a little more cognizant of your surroundings, because you don't want to get potentially just surrounded and hounded on by a bunch of antelope players.
Offensive zone face-off for the Sun Devils.
And we have 4-on-4 hockey for the next 90 seconds.
Even hockey. And here comes Billingsley in for the Sun Devils for the face-off. GCU wins the draw, and they're going to look to clear the zone. Billingsley was harassing Poole, and Poole sends it across the boards, and just lost the puck on a pass, and Haddock will take it back for ASU in the defensive zone. Looking for something open. Haddock sits behind the net with Poole in pursuit, watching him, following his every move. Haddock sends it to Keller, and Keller sends it across back to Billingsley, the captain. And Billingsley, with a little bit of movement, couldn't shift through the GCU defense, and GCU regains possession of the puck in the defensive zone. But Billingsley quickly regains it. Billingsley in the right wing. Billingsley wrapping around to the blue line, sends it to Keller. Keller sends it across to O'Connor. O'Connor being harassed by Poole, and O'Connor leaves it at the left wing for Billingsley, and Billingsley couldn't grab it. And Dumino lost it. And now Billingsley has it at the center ice. Billingsley sends it across to O'Connor. O'Connor being harassed there. And here comes the GCU with Satchley. Satchley had a small breakaway, lost possession. The Sun Devils take it back. Marcus Keller tried to chip it over to Vance Walcott, and Walcott couldn't pick it up on his stick. Walcott was pinched up against the boards, sends it back to O'Connor.
And
O'Connor.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but here, 20 seconds for ASU to try to capitalize on this shortened power play. They got to move quickly, though.
Quain at the blue line sends it to Walcott at the right wing. Walcott sent it back to Keller, and Keller will launch it up, and it hits the netting on this very small Oceanside roof. We're going to get a stoppage of play. 8 seconds left in the ASU power play. We're awaiting an offensive zone faceoff for the Sun Devils. So 5-on-4 hockey for 8 seconds. Win the faceoff, get a shot on net. I'm sure they can find it in the back of the net.
Well, they got to hurry. I've seen crazier things happen, but I'm not going to count my chickens just yet.
How many chickens do you have, Trey?
0. I didn't grow up on a farm.
Back in the defensive zone for the Sun Devils. GCU successfully kills off the penalty. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Barrett sits behind the net like he's been for the most of the game and sends it out to Snyder. Snyder sends it across the board, trying to get it to Quain, and Quain lost possession. And here comes the Antelopes, for a moment, they had it. Kilgore almost had a nice breakaway, couldn't hold on to it, and Quain takes it into the center ice and dishes it back to Barrett. Barrett lost control of it. Kilgore being harassed by Quain still in the offensive zone. ASU bench is looking for a trip there. Didn't get the call.
Oh, looks like they're going to get it now.
Yeah, getting the delayed penalty. Hayden Manning rushes to the bench. Here comes the Sun Devils with Hayden Manning. Sends it across to La Chapelle. Or to Snyder, my apologies. Snyder gets pinched up against the boards. And now we're going to get that extra ASU power play.
Now, if I'm ASU, you have got to capitalize on your man advantage for this time period, because you don't know how many more opportunities you're going to get. So with GCU heading to the sin bin and being short of a player, try to do whatever it takes to collapse the defense and find the back of the net, so that way you could get that extra insurance goal. Because based on how this game has been going so far, Kyle, I'd say first team to 2 wins, and hopefully that doesn't jinx anything.
You never know, that broadcaster's jinx is a true thing. I've seen it happen in real life.
I do not believe in jinxes or luck. I just believe
Haddock with a shot and was swallowed up by Zane Anderson. Anderson was ready for it, but Haddock was ready to lay it in there. Back to the offensive zone face-off for the Sun Devils. Looks like the Sun Devils are going to try to win the face-off, get a shot. Win the face-off, get a shot. ASU wins the draw. And Haddock will have it at the blue line once again. Sends it to Sween. Haddock at the blue line. Sends it across to Barrett. Barrett to O'Connor. O'Connor at the left wing. Looking for something open. Tried to dish it to Andrea. And Andrea just bounced off his skate and couldn't get it on his twig. The Sun Devils will still have it in the offensive zone. Haddock at the right wing. Sends it across to Barrett. Barrett looking for a shot. And O'Connor with a missed shot. Just a whiff. O'Connor had a nice slap shot ready for him and just whiffed on it. Back to O'Connor at the left wing. A little bit of movement, nice movement there to get away from Lassinger, and he gets pinched up against the boards, and the puck flies into the GCU bench, and I thought I was about to come up here into the broadcast booth, and I flinched. I jumped almost 10 feet up in the air.
I have never seen a puck come up here into the broadcast booth, but like I was telling you just moments ago, I do not believe in luck. I believe in timely or untimely coincidences. So no such thing as a broadcaster's jinx.
Right on. Well, there's still a minute and 9 seconds left in the power play for the Sun Devils. They're still in the offensive zone with the offensive face-off awaiting. ASU wins the face-off. Keller at the blue line in pursuit of Edwards. Keller sends it to Quain at the right wing. Quain still has it, brings it to the blue line, gives it to Andrea, or Sweeney, my apologies, to Sweeney. Sweeney dishes it to Pitty, and Pitty in the right wing from La Chapelle to Quain. La Chapelle with the puck, pinching it up against the boards. La Chapelle sends it out to Manning. Manning tried to make a shot, and it bounces off. Tried to make a shot, and it bounces off of Randall's skate for GCU, and puck sits in the offensive zone still for the Sun Devils. Sun Devils got a score. They got 30 seconds left on the power play. They're out shooting the GCU Antelopes 36-21.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting a lot of shots on Anderson, but Anderson has been standing tall in between the pipes. He's only made one mistake, and that was when the ASU Sun Devils were able to bobble it past him.
GCU wins the draw, and they clear the zone. 28 seconds left to go in the power play for the Sun Devils. Sun Devils got to act fast if they want to get any opportunity back. Here comes Manning, sends it across to Barrett. Barrett will send it to the left wing, giving it to Andrea, and Andrea in pursuit of Denuno. And Denuno lost possession, and Manning takes it back at center ice. Manning sends it across to O'Connor. O'Connor back to Manning at the left wing. GCU clears the zone once again, and they've successfully killed off the penalty. Sun Devils a big missed opportunity there. 12 minutes left to go in the period. Outshooting the Antelopes, but not much to show for it. The game is still 1-1 even. Pitched up in the right wing. Gilbert takes it at the blue line, being hooked there by Edwards. And ASU takes it back, and Marshall McDonald with a shot. It blocks off by Zane Anderson's pads. McDonald takes it back at the left wing. Sends it across the boards. Dishes it to Sabrario. Sabrario lost control, and here comes Myrtle with a shot. Won't go, and Myrtle almost picked up the rebound, and another rebounded shot picked up. Another rebounded shot picked up by Kisleski, and Kisleski couldn't find it in the back of the net. A great save by Hayden Manning, and the puck. ASU will clear the zone successfully, and here comes Sweeney in pursuit of the puck in the offensive zone, and back across the ice. It'll be sent from GCU, and we're going to get an icing. So into the offensive zone we go for the Sun Devils, and another offensive opportunity here. They've spent most of the period so far on the offensive zone, and still not very many quality shots so far.
Only a handful of icing calls in the average hockey game originated in 1931 when the Boston Bruins and the New York Americans would just repeatedly blast the puck down the rink just to annoy each other. League officials create the rule saying, hey, you guys, knock it off. That's not how we play the sport of hockey.
GCU wins the draw of the right wing, but Quain will regain possession for ASU, and it'll hit the out-of-play netting, and another offensive zone face-off awaiting for the Sun Devils.
Almost halfway done with period number 3, Kyle, and we're getting into crunch time, and neither team is giving an inch, and neither team is taking an inch.
Absolutely, and neither of these teams are doing a very well job in taking the opportunity that's at hand. The Sun Devils have been sitting in the offensive zone for basically the entire period and haven't been able to get a quality shot off. GCU wins the draw, the right wing. La Chapelle in pursuit of Goodwin, and Goodwin lost possession, and ASU will regain possession at center ice. Trujillo just tried to get it there at center ice, and here comes the Antelopes in the offensive zone. Lassinger in the right wing, being harassed by La Chapelle. Lassinger's to Edwards, and Edwards with a shot. It was blocked off by Hayden Manning's glove. Great save by Manning. The rebounded shot was quickly cleared out. Could have been messy there for the Sun Devils. La Chapelle goes to the ground and trying to clear the puck. And the puck will slide back down to the ASU defensive zone. Gilbert at the right wing, try to send it down the boards, but La Chapelle gets in the way. La Chapelle sends it to Pitty, and Pitty will send it down to the right wing. Looking for someone there, and Gilbert will send it right back down to the defensive zone, looking for a line change. Back in the GCU into the offensive zone, GCU goes. GCU just sends it across. Feuerger sends it into the offensive zone. And Andriott takes it back for the Sun Devils. Andriott sends it to Manning. Manning all the way back on the near side boards to Andriott. Andriott to Billingsley, and Billingsley chips it up to O'Connor into the offensive zone. O'Connor still holds at the blue line, lost possession, and GCU will send it into center ice, and Manning sends it back into the offensive zone for the Sun Devils. Here comes the Antelopes. Ethan Poole clearing the zone for the Antelopes, and he's going to go back to the bench for another line change for the Antelopes. O'Connor, the defensive zone, looks for someone to pass to, tried to give it to Sabrario, came in with too much heat, and Sabrario couldn't hold on to it, and now it's back at center ice, back with Cam O'Connor. O'Connor into the offensive zone for the Sun Devils. A high shot was scooped up by Zane Anderson. Nice opportunity there, nice open shot. Zane Anderson was just ready for that one.
If I had a nickel for every time we've said good look by whatever team, I think we'd be out of college by now.
Back in the offensive zone for the Sun Devils. Hopefully to find some quality shots from them. They've been in the offensive zone mostly this entire period. GCU wins the draw in the defensive zone. And that's Randall wrapping around the net for GCU. Randall sends it across to Feuerger. Feuerger in front of the net. Blocked shot by Manning. Manning blocked that shot off, and here comes Gilbert in the left wing for the Sun Devils. Or Keller, my apologies. Keller looking for McDonald, and puck, it looked like it got hit by the ref, and it slowed down. The Sun Devils will still have the puck in the defensive zone. Here come the Sun Devils trying to regain possession in the offensive zone. Can't get it done, and here comes GCU in the offensive zone. A low shot won't go. And Myrtle flies into Hayden Manning on the shot opportunity. For a moment, it looked like the net was dislodged, but now the puck is pinched up against the boards in the right wing. 7:48 left to go. The final period of play at Oceanside Arena. A little chippiness in the right wing.
Hey, Kyle, let me ask you something. Do you have dinner plans after this?
Well, if we go into overtime, I don't think so anymore.
Because I just got on the phone with the restaurant I have reservation for. I got to cancel.
Yeah, well, you got to tell them, hey, it's GCU ASU at Oceanside Arena. Back and forth all game long.
Well, here's an opportunity for, I believe, ASU to try to capitalize on the man advantage.
Absolutely. Back on the power play, 2-minute minor on Danino. Back on the power play, the Sun Devils go. Looking for an opportunity. Haddock at the blue line, sends it to Barrett. Barrett at the blue line, sends it to O'Connor. O'Connor looking for a shot. Back to Barrett. Barrett to O'Connor. Looking for something open. Billingsley with a high shot and won't go. It floats just over the net, just over Zane Anderson's head. Haddock takes it back at the blue line, dishes it back to Barrett. Haddock looking for something open, switches sides with Barrett. Haddock under pursuit with Edwards in pursuit of Haddock. Billingsley in the left wing. Looking for something. O'Connor takes it back with an open shot and lost possession of the puck. Couldn't control it. Billingsley has it back in the left wing. Billingsley losing control again, and O'Connor takes it back in the left wing. Chips it across to Haddock. Haddock at the blue line. A shot won't go. Just barely hitting the pipes. Game of inches, and it's back to Andrea. Andrea sends it to Haddock. Haddock at the blue line, dishes it across to Andrea, and Andrea in front of the crease. A close shot, and Billingsley is getting into it.
Oh, man.
Billingsley poked at the goalie.
And
here we go.
Looks like Billingsley is going to come out victorious on that fight. Not sure who's down on the ground. Billingsley has lost his bucket. He is red right now. He is livid. And it looks like Myrtle, Myrtle got the worst end of that fight. His helmet got messed up a little bit. So they're both going to sit. Ooh, you can hear that door slam.
Yep. Myrtle did not like it how Billingsley was poking at Anderson, and that's how it goes in hockey. Don't poke at the goalie unless you want your face caved in.
This is the second time we've seen this big of a fight happen here at Oceanside Ice Arena. So both players are going to sit for a decent amount of time.
What a send-off at Oceanside Arena. A lot of haymakers are being thrown besides the pucks being thrown, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's just hockey for you. It's a hard-fought battle, crosstown rivals, and both these programs take it to heart.
Back in the offensive zone for the Sun Devils, and we're going to get another stoppage in play.
Yeah, offsides is called. I don't know about that one. I don't think the puck left the blue line, but referees saw it differently, so we're going to head into neutral zone in front of the spectators for a face-off. So kind of a questionable icing call, but, hey, that's why I'm not a referee.
With those offsides calls, it almost seems like the players don't even know what the rule is, because then they call these different calls like, oh, your skate was over, your arm was over. It's like sometimes there's points where the players don't even know what the rule is for offsides.
Offsides, in this case, if you have possession of it in the offensive end, then the puck cannot leave the blue line. You can leave the blue line as long as the puck does not leave it.
Keller at the left wing looking for something open, lost possession, and Manning sends it across, and Anderson scoops that one up, stretching just wide of the net. Manning had a nice long shot.
Hey, why'd you cut off our arena mic? Why'd you cut it off? I was enjoying the conversation between Billingsley and Myrtle.
Yeah, well, we would love to hear the conversation between Billingsley and Myrtle, but the FCC will not like the conversation between Billingsley and Myrtle. Back into the offensive zone for the Sun Devils. 20 seconds left to go in the power play. Haddock in the left wing.
Technically, we're on YouTube.
Sends it across to Quain. Hey, it's good practice. Good practice. And the puck will be cleared, and GCU looking like they're going to kill the penalty successfully with 8 seconds left. And Haddock is streaking up the ice, quickly trying to get an opportunity before that even game happens. Here comes Haddock. Losing possession of the puck, is going to wrap around Back to 5-on-5 hockey. The puck will slide across to the other side of the ice, and Keller takes it back at center ice, and quickly taken back by Lassinger, and Lassinger at the crease lost possession of the puck. Lassinger to Edwards, and Edwards a shot, blocked shot by O'Connor. GCU regains control in the offensive zone. Puck flies up to Haddock, and Haddock gloves it down. But here comes Tucker. Tucker at the blue line for GCU. Lassinger sends it across the boards behind the net. And Keller takes it in pursuit, being pursued up by Cligora. Keller holds it at the left wing in the defensive zone, gives it to Haddock, and Haddock sends it to McDonald. McDonald to Walcott, and Lassinger will intercept that, take it into the defensive zone for GCU to get a puck possession back. Trujillo for the Sun Devils takes that center ice and then gives it out to McDonald, and the puck will slide right back into the offensive zone for the Sun Devils, where they've been sitting for majority of this game. And quickly back, this GCU Antelopes take it into the offensive zone. A crossing pass. Poole looked for Tucker on that one. Tucker wasn't in the right spot. And Trujillo takes it to the right wing of the defensive zone for the Sun Devils, and Trujillo losing possession of the puck. He lost it there, and Kilagora had a moment there where he could spin around, make a shot, couldn't get it. Back for the Sun Devils. Sabrario lost possession, and Trujillo takes it back, who gives it back to Sabrario, and Sabrario has a small breakaway into the right wing, and the shot was just wide, bounces off of Zan Anderson's pads, and Trujillo loses possession. Here come the Sun Devil, or here come the Antelopes. Satchley in the right wing, and try to give a crossing shot. Try to give a nice assist there, and couldn't get it done. Net is dislodged, and Manning's helmet flies off.
How many times have we seen the net dislodged this game?
Oh man, I think I'm gonna run out of toes and fingers and toes if I try to do that one.
I'm about to lose my toes. They're gonna have to amputate it off because I'm freezing up here.
Oh yeah, that is one thing I'm sure we will not miss about Oceanside Arena, how it's colder than some states.
I grew up in Michigan, by the way, if anyone needs reference. So if I'm complaining about the cold, you know it's cold.
Back in the defensive zone for GCU. GCU takes possession back. 3:28 left to go in the period. Final period at Oceanside Arena. Maybe I'm jinxing it. We might see overtime. Snyder sends it across to Barrett, and Barrett's going to take it to center ice. Barrett being pursued by Satchley, and Barrett almost had a nice opportunity. Couldn't hold on to the puck. The puck will float over back to center ice with LaChapelle taking it back for the Sun Devils. LaChapelle across to Snyder. Snyder down the boards looking for O'Connor, and it's going to slide behind the red line of the GCU defensive zone, and Pitty under pursuit of the puck. Couldn't get it back, and Barrett takes it back once again at center ice, and he's going to take it into the offensive zone for the Sun Devils. Tarara for GCU had a moment with the puck, takes it back by LaChapelle. LaChapelle sends it across the boards, and GCU will regain possession. LaChapelle with a hit against Lassinger right in front of the bench, and Anderson will cover up the puck. 2:17 left to go in the third period of play. ASU out shooting GCU 43-28. Score is still even here.
The crowd is getting into it right now. They're seeing the time wind down. The score is still tied. It's a crosstown rivalry, so this would be one heck of a way to say so long to Oceanside Ice Arena.
The offensive zone for the Sun Devils. Walcott in the right wing wins the draw, but GCU takes possession back. And here comes Fiewiger. Fiewiger, a low shot. Bounce off the boards, and Patrick Sweeney takes it back for the Sun Devils and tries to dish it out to Walcott. Walcott in pursuit of Randall. Walcott takes a fall into the boards, and GCU takes the possession back of the puck. Tucker for GCU chips it out, and Walcott takes it back for the Sun Devils in center ice and chips it into the offensive zone. Walcott in pursuit of Goodwin. Walcott takes it back into, a nice opportunity there. Haddock in the left wing. Haddock in the left wing, looking for something open, sends it up and loses possession. The GCU takes it back. Myrtle takes it to the offensive zone. Myrtle gets thrown up against the glass with Haddock. O'Connor gives it to Walcott. And Walcott sends it into the boards to try and clear the zone, and they do. Line change. Andrea and Billingsley take the ice. And Billingsley just barely loses possession of the puck, and GCU takes it back, clearing the zone. And here comes the Sun Devils. Cam O'Connor to the offensive zone. Sends it to Andrea. Andrea pinches it up against the boards, and the puck flies up to neutral ice. Snyder takes possession for the Sun Devils, and Satchley pressuring Snyder, trying to get the puck away from him. And GCU takes it back in the offensive zone until Andrea quickly retakes it back. Andrea sends it to Barrett. Barrett in front of the crease. Barrett just barely got in front of the crease, and GCU takes it back into the defensive zone. 29 seconds left to go in the period. Snyder at the blue line in front of his defensive zone. Padgett clears it out, sends it to Barrett. Barrett back to Sobrario. Sobrario sends it to the defensive zone for GCU. 13 seconds left to go in the period of play, and it seems like we're going to see some overtime action as the puck sits in center ice. Sobrario sends it across. 3, 2, and 1. And here we go. Overtime action in Oceanside Ice Arena. We get some extra hockey time here.
Well, looks like I'm going to have to cancel my dinner reservations.
Absolutely, and it's unfortunate because I'm sure you were really excited to get some nice food. For me, I'm going to go get some hot dogs at Portillo's.
I'm just joking. I didn't have any dinner reservations. What's open this time of night?
Portillo's, the hot dogs.
Oh, I might have to try that, quite honestly.
Right on. We're going to step away for just a moment before the overtime action here at Oceanside Arena. We are back at action for extra time of hockey. 5 minutes and then extra period of hockey here at Oceanside Arena. A great way to send this place out for the last game for the Sun Devils here at Oceanside.
Right now it's 11:16 p.m. Mountain Time here in Arizona. We are close to midnight.
Here we go, Walcott for the Sun Devils. And here comes Tucker for GCU, the left wing, lost possession. And here comes GCU in the offensive zone, takes possession back. Edwards sends it across to Thorne. And Thorne dishes that to Tarara. Myrtle back to Tarara. Tarara streaking up the ice to the offensive zone. Looking for something open in pursuit by Barrett. Tucker takes it back in the left wing. Circling around the offensive zone. Here comes Tucker. Close shot opportunity. Sends it back to Tarara at the blue line. Tarara being under pursuit by Sweeney. And here comes Tucker on a 2-on-1 opportunity. Couldn't get it done. Under pursuit by 3 Sun Devils. Tucker sends it back to Slashley, and Slashley gets his puck swallowed up by Manning.
What a save right there by Manning. It looked like it was going to be lights out for ASU, and they were able to make the save and keep this game tied in extra time.
4:04 left to go in the extra period of hockey. Billingsley, Haddock, and O'Connor out there for the Sun Devils. Randall and GCU wins the draw. Billingsley takes it back for the Sun Devils. McDonald sits behind the net for the Sun Devils. The defensive zone almost sends it to Connor. Here comes Haddock. Haddock at the blue line. Tries to send it to Billingsley, and here comes Randall with a shot. Manning swallows that one up nicely.
ASU should be counting their lucky stars right there. Almost a costly turnover that would have sent ASU, well, back to the campus since we are in Arizona, back to their dorms a little upset. So excellent save right there by Manning to keep this tied.
Billingsley wins the draw for the Sun Devils in the offensive zone. The puck will slide down to center ice. Slatchley for the Antelopes in the offensive zone at the left wing, sends it across to Kozleski. Billingsley back across to Haddock. Haddock chips it all the way back across to O'Connor. Finally, the Sun Devils taken to the offensive zone. O'Connor looking for a shot, was blocked by Randall. O'Connor behind the red line in pursuit by Randall. O'Connor on the right wing. Looking for something, sends it all the way back to Haddock, and Haddock will slowly go back into the defensive zone, waiting for a line change. Andrea and Quain take the ice. Dmitriev under pursuit of that puck by Haddock, and Haddock sends it to Barrett. And here comes Barrett into center ice. Barrett with a nice breakaway. Barrett looks like he's going to make something happen and lost possession of the puck just last second. Couldn't hold on to it. And Zane Anderson hops right back onto that puck, covers it up, and we await an offensive zone face-off for the Sun Devils.
Wow, neither team really wants to lose this game, and neither team are satisfied with just walking away with a single point. They want those 2 points, and both teams are fighting hard and putting up a good battle, and I guess this is when a unstoppable force meets an immovable object, I think Heath Ledger once said.
Quain wins the draw for the Sun Devils. Keller at the blue line, under pursuit by Slatchy. Keller at center ice. Finds an opening, one-on-one opportunity for Keller. Keller with a shot and was scooped up by Anderson. Nice breakaway by Keller, opening up those opportunities for the Sun Devils.
I don't know what's going to happen. Time is winding down, 2:28 remaining in OT. First team to score will win the game, but neither goalies wants to lose this matchup. Battle of netminders, shots on goal differential 45-30 in favor of the Sun Devils of ASU.
Walcott wins the draw for the Sun Devils, gives it to Sabrario, my apologies. Sabrario sends it to Barrett, and Barrett will take it into center ice, looking for something. Sends it to Sabrario. Sabrario back to Barrett. Barrett's evaluating the ice. Barrett gives it to Walcott, and here comes Walcott off the near side boards. Walcott behind the red line, looks for an open shot, and just barely missing it, gives it back to Barrett. Puck sits at neutral ice, and the puck will slide back down to the offensive zone for the GCU Antelopes, and Walcott takes it back. Takes it to offensive zone. Here comes Walcott in the right wing. Walcott's gonna wrap around. He sends it to Barrett. Barrett back to Walcott, he misses it, goes around the board. Sabrario behind the net, under pursuit by Dmitriev. Dmitriev pinching Sabrario in the in the right wing boards. Sabrario sends it to Billingsley, and Billingsley couldn't hold on to it. The puck will float down to the right wing in the GCU defensive zone, and Billingsley holds on to it. 1 minute and 19 seconds left to go in OT. Billingsley back into the defensive zone for the Sun Devils. Billingsley to Barrett. Barrett sends it all the way across to O'Connor. Here comes O'Connor with a one-on-one opportunity, and just barely lost possession of the puck. Under pursuit there by Randall. Great defensive play by GCU. 1 minute left to go in overtime. Here comes the Sun Devils with Haddock. Haddock trying to make a play, going down the ice, looking for something open in the right wing, waiting for an open pass. Haddock sends it across to Billingsley, and Billingsley barely takes it back in the right wing. Billingsley under pursuit. Billingsley chasing down Poole. Poole in the left wing for GCU. Poole back at the blue line under pursuit by Billingsley. O'Connor takes it back for the Sun Devils and sends it to Haddock. Haddock sends it to the boards to Billingsley, or to O'Connor. O'Connor takes it into the offensive zone. 24 seconds left to go in overtime. O'Connor in front of the net, just barely lost possession of the puck in front of the crease, and here comes O'Connor, sends it down the boards and into the ASU defensive zone. Keller in pursuit of the puck, trying to clear the zone. 10 seconds left to go in the extra period of play. Andrew sends it down to center ice, and 3 seconds left to go in OT. And I am not totally sure of the rules in ACHA, whether they will do a shootout or a tie, and it looks like we're going to see a shootout.
Yep, we're going to get a shootout here at Oceanside Ice Arena. So let's see. 60 minutes couldn't decide a winner. An extra period of 5 minutes couldn't decide a winner. Now we're going to see a shootout. Anderson heads over to the north side of the rink. Manning heads down to the south park. And you know what I liked? I liked that at center ice, Anderson and Manning gave each other a fist bump, because let's face it, both of them are playing a great game in between the pipes, and they know that they don't want to see the respective programs lose. So love the sportsmanship from Manning and Anderson.
It's almost like a Sorokin and Shesterkin relationship they have with the Islanders and Rangers netminders in the pro leagues. Here we go, shootout here at Oceanside Arena. What a way to end this era for GCU. Here comes Kligora. Kligora looking for an opening, and a blocked shot by Hayden Manning. Hayden Manning played that perfectly. Kept his eyes on the puck and never let it open. And Andriott takes the ice for the Sun Devils. Andriott so far in the season has 7 goals, 18 points total. Here comes Andriott. Looking out, Anderson leaves the crease wide open and bounces off the pads of Anderson. Anderson played really far out for a moment. Baited Andriott in, and Andriott bounces his shot right off the pads of Anderson. Here comes Ethan Poole for the Antelopes. Still 0-0 in the shootout. Here comes Poole. Pressuring Hayden Manning, the freshman.
Are we going to get a pool party?
We're going to get a pool party. And just mishandled the puck. It looks like he will not be attending our pool party.
Oh, man. I was looking forward to it.
Back to the Sun Devils. Billingsley takes the ice. Their captain, Billingsley. Billingsley on the season so far has 7 goals, 16 assists, 23 points total. And here comes Billingsley. Looking for an open shot. Anderson plays out wide. Billingsley coming in the left wing, and a shot was blocked by Anderson. Great play by these netminders so far.
Is it going to come down to this? Because we've seen 2 players from both respective programs come up empty, and a couple miss real bad. So now it's just like, what's going to happen?
Lassinger for GCU. Here comes Lassinger. Coming to the left wing, and blocked shot by Hayden Manning. Hayden Manning plays it patiently and is in the right place at the right time, and Lassinger is denied. Cam O'Connor for the Sun Devils takes the ice. Cam O'Connor has 19 goals on the season. He is their goal scorer.
Save the best for last.
Here comes O'Connor. Anderson plays out wide again. O'Connor takes up the right wing. And a low shot, can't get it past Anderson. Anderson, like a roadblock, denies Cam O'Connor's shot opportunity. And back to GCU. Tucker, Aiden Tucker, 5 goals on the season, 11 assists, 16 points total. Here comes Aiden Tucker for the GCU Antelopes. Here comes Tucker. Circling around into the right wing. Tucker up the gut and off the pipes, and Hayden Manning is in the way.
The late night hockey show here at Oceanside Ice Arena, starring GCU and ASU.
Here comes La Chapelle for the Sun Devils. La Chapelle on the season with 5 goals. Comes La Chapelle down the left wing. And a shot and score! La Chapelle scores! William La Chapelle takes the game-winning shot for the Sun Devils, and the Sun Devils will say goodnight at Oceanside Arena and send this place off with a good note.
Save the best for last. So long, Oceanside Ice Arena. What a shootout, what a game. 60 minutes couldn't decide a winner. OT couldn't decide a winner. And we saw, like 3 or 4 opportunities from both respective programs to try to get that goal to send someone home a winner. And ASU comes on top of their crosstown rival.
What a game by the Sun Devils, and what a game as well for the GCU Antelopes, especially both their netminders. I'm sure the Sun Devils are going to go home happy. What a great shootout by the Sun Devils. Great shootout by the goaltenders for that. William La Chapelle with a great shot, great stick handling as well, and just was able to get the puck right up at the top of the net, and Sun Devils exit Oceanside Arena with a win. What a great way to send it off, and not totally sure if they'll be playing at the Mullet or if they'll be playing at Mountain America Iceplex, but wherever they're playing, it will never be the same as Oceanside Arena.
Well, it has rustic, it has its charm, but unfortunately, not everything can last forever. Sometimes you gotta say goodbye to the things you love most in order to move on and grow.
Right on. So, besides looking at that exciting shootout, some quick takeaways from the game. I mean, it was a pretty back and forth game. The Sun Devils had trouble controlling the puck in the offensive zone early on. Then in the third period, they owned the offensive zone, and GCU couldn't really get it out. They were clearing the puck a lot, and GCU couldn't get as much opportunities offensively as the Sun Devils. They were outshot by the Sun Devils 45-30, and it showed tonight.
Yeah, I mean, ASU doing whatever it took to come away with the win, and they were able to do so. It took OT, it took a shootout, but we finally have a winner in this matchup, and I'm going to need a coffee after this.
I will definitely need a coffee after this as well. For tonight, my name is Kyle Kokorian, and I was joined alongside Trey Matthews. Thank you all for listening and watching. We'll see you next time here